Coach Deborah has a passion and purpose to assist young men, ages 15 to 24, to overcome obstacles and build their best lives. She wants to see every young man live out their potential. She has a master's degree in human services counseling, with a major in life coaching. More importantly, she is the mother of 3 boys, who are exceptional, educated, professional men. Coach Deborah believes it is better to train early, rather than need to fix later. She utilizes basic principles and God-led concepts. Sometimes the only thing a young man has is their credibility or their name. The actions they take are based on the decisions they make. Those decisions align with their choices and result in consequences. Coach Deborah can assist you if you are lost, floundering, or confused. Embrace the help and start building your best life today.
Good evening, everyone. Blessed and happy Thursday. Hi, sis. How are you?
Hey, sis. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. A little cold here, but it's all good. It's all good.
We kind of have cold in the morning, and then in the afternoon it's like, a lot warmer. So we got to dress for the morning and then be ready to layer so you can take off things in the afternoon. So but anyway,
yes,
that's the weather. Yes.
So we want to thank everyone for tuning in to Coffee Chat, and it is our last Coffee Chat of the year. And it has been amazing, the different conversations we've had this year.
Yes.
Yeah, so we decided to. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So we decided to do a recap last month, and it was so good. We are doing the same thing today, and we're going back to one of our popular topics that we talked about this year: value added. Value added. But I just cannot believe it is the end of the year already.
Absolutely. I'm seriously, I'm like, I think we were talking early about, and we say that every year, where did the year go? And it's just seemed like this one has gone even faster than the other ones, but I know it's been the same amount of days and time, but it does look like, hey, it reminds me of what we say, time waits on no one. So we better be, hey, the Bible said we better work while it's day, because when night come, we can't do it. But anyway, but what a pleasure. What a year I think we've had, just sharing conversations, with in this coffee chat, and just being able to thank God for, getting to this end, that we've been able to do this and share some things that's been on our heart. And I'm excited about the recap we're going to do today.
Yes. And good evening to Dan. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Kamari. I'm so glad to have you on. I probably mispronounced your name. I apologize.
I just call her Kim. That's the safe way. Hey, Kim.
Glad to have you on. I just want to thank everyone for all of your support this year, because without all of you, Build Your Best Life would not be possible. So thank you so much for sharing, your prayers, your likes, your comments, and please continue to like, comment, and share. We appreciate it so very much. But we, of course, are not going to hold you long, but we want to go back to a topic that we talked about. And I think it's so great at the end of the year, because we want our young people to think about the things that they do and say, and how what they do and say has consequences. And one big thing I think a lot of them don't think about a lot of times is those people around them and how they impact their lives. Not only the lives of those individuals that are around them, but they can impact them positively or negatively. So we want to talk about value added, and in that it's about all the different types of associations that you may have in your life, because they can add value. Yeah.
Yes, and even when you talk about how important it is that, we all know, the Bible, what the Bible say, the bad company corrupts the good behavior, and typically we say you're kind of known by the company you keep it, so this is a good topic, like you said, a value that the value that's added, and it's all about today, about friendships and association. And so I'm excited to let's get into this one a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, according to Lena Suarez Angelino,
Mm-hmm.
there are 4 different types or categories of friends. And so that's what we want to talk about, because everyone is not the same. And so you can't treat everyone the same. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to start out with acquaintances. Acquaintances.
Acquaintances. Well, sis, I'll take that one. Amazing how, we do say these people really aren't my friend. These people are just my acquaintances. And there is a distinction between types of friendship, and acquaintances are, those people who are, like you say, friends, but more on an acquaintance side, but they do have some value that they can add to your life. And so, according to this article, she says that you only stay, these are the people that you kind of only stay in contact with because they either work with you or they're a part of some mutual interest group that you have. Maybe, I hate to say church, but sometimes we do have church acquaintances as well. But those that are outside of this environment, she talks about, you would not, probably outside of the environment that you're in with them, uh, school, church, work, whatever, you probably would end up not having more. This was so funny when she said that. You probably will end up not having more than 3 words to say to one another because you're acquaintances. I thought that was pretty funny. She said some of the perks are, they're there for potential networking, that they're there for that purpose. Or you, now this one got me, you really have low expectations from them.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one, she said, and they reduce social anxiety. So I thought about that. If they reduce social anxiety, it's almost like I don't really have no real connection with you outside of this. So that is what she talked about as far as acquaintances. What do you think about acquaintances, Deborah?
Yeah, that's just like when you first meet someone, like you say, it's at church
Mm-hmm.
or organization or something like that. You don't really know
Mm-hmm.
what to expect out of that person, because they may have this big smile on their face, but that could be a
Mm-hmm.
facade. And so are drawn to that person because they're sitting there smiling, and you go and just introduce yourself and
Excuse me.
start talking, and you may find out, oh my goodness, can I get away from this person? Or it can be the opposite. You see someone and they're looking sad or whatever, and you go
Mm-hmm.
to them and hey, what's going on? And it's just because they are there. They don't know anyone.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe weren't going to come to this event because they didn't know anyone. So when you speak to them, man, that really like perks them up. But it's just an
Mm-hmm.
acquaintance at that time, but it
Mm-hmm.
actually can grow. But you really need, the thing that would be pointed out with this would be, you need to get to know people.
You got to know them. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that about you might see somebody sitting along, and we used to call it just making small talk. But you be surprised if you just reach out and talk to someone or make an acquaintance with them. You don't know where, like you said, that friendship could go. And uh, I was telling you, I was at this conference a couple of weeks ago, and this young lady was just sitting all by herself. So I was like, I'm gonna make it a purpose to kind of connect with her and talk to her. And like you said, I may not ever see her again, but she sent a text to one of my friends and said how it made her feel better because she didn't know anybody there, and she decided to come based on the lady she met. who was giving the conference. And she was like, I just, you all made me feel so warm and so welcome. So sometimes, like you said, when you see those people sitting alone, because I know I would hate to be at a place and I didn't know anybody and nobody just made an acquaintance with me at all. So, but we never know what that could, what could become of that, or you don't never know how much that person really needed you to initiate a conversation with them.
All right.
So, well, you want me to do the next one, or you want to do that one?
Well, either way.
Okay, well, you start out. I'm chatting.
Hello to Agnes.
I'm sorry.
And Agnes and Karen Leitner. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, and I'm sorry I didn't understand what you said. Did you say you wanted me to hit it off, or you gonna do it?
I can do it. The next one is on, and I just love the way that she's making us look at these levels of friendship. And so the next one was social friends, and she said it intended to be a lighthearted kind of relationship, and only truly good. It's truly good, but it's a place where you can have fun in a social gathering. And I said, okay. So, excuse me. But then she talked about you refrain from sharing. This is your social friend. You refrain from sharing too much. That's too intimate for you. You can do that surface sharing. You don't really allow them to get really, really deep into your intimate part of your life or whatever, or they don't get too deeply. But it's like, being a part of a community, being a part of a church. You may not know everybody, but there are some people, and for lack of a better word, some people would say, well, they're kind of cliquish. Well, not necessarily cliquish, but that's just a level of where, that person and you and that person have began together, and you can become a little less restrained from connecting with that person. So it is lighthearted, but it can be a place where you can have fun, and it's a place where you can have some social gatherings. So I love that. And she says just being a part of a community, but widening your circle of friends. Widening your circle of friends. Can't widen it if you don't have some type of communication with them. And I think a social event is a good place to start widening that social, having a social friend.
All right. Yeah. And it's just like, even we're on a job. At first, they're acquaintances, but then as you get to know them, you find that you may have more in common. So it's maybe not someone that you would invite to your home, but at work,
right.
You're there most of the time anyway, but there's someone that, if you need to, you can talk to, or you find that you have things in common. You talk about your kids, you share their victories and all of that kind of stuff. So, it's really, really meaningful, and it's just amazing because I guess if you didn't know this, you wouldn't really think about these different levels, but I think it's just amazing.
I do too. Yeah. Just to see the progression of them and how, they can start out one way and, like you said, progress to something else, but it's like they have their little categories, but they are all significant because they do look at the different levels of the friendships.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Really good information.
Yeah.
Well.
So our next one is intimate friends. Intimate friends. That's getting a little bit closer together. And when you think about an intimate friend, that's someone, if I'm down, I need somebody to talk to. I can call up that intimate friend. I don't mind them knowing the intimate parts of me, the private parts of me. I can share with them, and we have like a deeper connection. And I can think of a couple examples. One, it's like my friend Peggy. We've been friends probably about 40 years, but we met because we were on the same usher board. She was
Mm.
newer than I was, but other than knowing her name, I knew nothing about her. The church was getting ready to go on an outing, and she just walked up to me and asked me if I was going. And I said, I'll go if you go. And so we both went, and then from there we just found that we clicked. I ended up being her first child's godmother, and we're
Wow.
just friends to this day, you know. And so it's just amazing that we went from just acquaintances because we were on the same usher board, and now we are intimate friends. And I would even go as far as say the next level that we're going to talk about as well. And then another person that I can think about is this person, you know, I went on a retreat, and while there, you know, it was me and someone I knew, and the other people I did not know. But it takes me a while sometimes to warm up, but you know, I got an opportunity to talk to different people. And because it was another state, I didn't have transportation. And it's so funny, we got this lady, we asked this lady that we didn't know, you know, can you please take us to get something to eat? And she did. I mean, it was way out of the way. She took us to get something to eat, brought us back. She wouldn't let us buy her gas or anything. And then fast forward, I started Build Your Best Life. And Coach Ricardo connected me with this person. And then we got to be not only acquaintances doing broadcasts, you know, via Zoom and StreamYard, we became the intimate friends that had not even met in person. And we finally got to see each other this year, but we didn't realize at first we had even met in 2019. So then I didn't see Carol again until 2023. But it's been amazing, you know. We're sisters, and it's just amazing, you know, the relationships and how you build on those. So you don't just get somebody because, you know, you wear Jordans and they wear Jordans. And you wear your hair a certain way and they do too. So that's your boy, and y'all gonna go down together, and y'all might go down together. So you have to be careful.
You do. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. And that's what I thought about when we were talking about friends. I was like, well, what a great topic for us to talk about, how God brought us together and didn't realize we were connected years ago, and then brought it full circle. And now, you know, we're sisters doing this chat together all the time. But, I'll tell people, I say, well, we just become sisters on Zoom, but it's still a way. And I see how the Lord has just allowed us to walk through some things and being able to share some deeper connections and encouragement. That's what I get from you so much, Deborah, is so much encouragement. And sometimes we laugh about, we laugh about things. And just even, I always laugh about Deacon Dan making you eat when, we finish the watch. But anyway, that's what, like you say, those acquaintances can become, social on social media, but also began to be a level of intimate friendship. And so I'm grateful for the level that the Lord allowed us to connect. And so I think we could even roll a little bit into the next one, that epitome of friends. So they just kind of intermingle a little bit once you kind of get past some of those different, I think the acquaintances is the very surface level, but once we start getting past that and spending time together, regardless of how we have to spend time, it's, I as Coach always say, it's that thing that we do, that we invest in one another. And investment is not always money. It's just, it's like I said, it's encouragement. It is sometimes funny and sometimes silly, and we laugh and we share. And so I just appreciate us having this conversation at the end of the year to be able to kind of reflect over even our friendship as well. So yeah, but it's interesting. Yeah, but good deal.
Hi, Jocelyn. Thank you for
I
tuning
see.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's
Excuse me.
my friend Jocelyn too. We laugh about a lot of things. I don't even know which one of us. We kind of, Jocelyn and I connected through working in the children ministry, and then of course Coach Ricardo, and just we even became Toastmaster buddies together. And so just little bitty things that we, you just encourage one another. And so it becomes an intimate friendship, and all of these can grow into a different level of friendship. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's funny, I just thought about this. And
Uh-huh.
sometimes the acquaintance may not start off as something good or positive, but it ends up being. Now, I remember, I just thought about this. One of my
Uh-huh.
dearest epitome of friends, when I first
Uh-huh.
met her, I worked in this department at work, and I was the
Mm-hmm.
first African American that worked in that department. And I had been in there probably about a year and a half. And then they had an opening for a job. It would
Mm-hmm.
be a promotion for me. So, of course, I was going to apply for it.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, my friend, she came in and asked the manager that was over the position, did she have a chance at the job? Or was she just going to give it to that black girl that was in there?
Oh.
So my manager and I, we had got to be friends, but she told me about it. But then,
Uh-huh.
as time went by, we did have another opening, and we got a chance to work together. And she is actually my youngest child's godmother. So we got to be the
Wow.
best of friends. But we do stuff like, how dare she ask you that?
But just an opportunity sometimes it's all about just opening up and talking a little bit, and like you said earlier, getting out of that comfort zone, and being able to just step out. And then, like you said, that one started on a different note, but it still gave you all something to begin to talk about, to develop a relationship with one another. So yeah, all
Right.
so good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So y'all can tell us about some of the
Your
friendships
friendship.
that you have or whatever.
Right,
What type
right.
do you have? The epitome of friends, intimate friends, acquaintances, whatever. What
Mm-hmm,
you think
mm-hmm,
about it? We love to
mm-hmm,
hear your comments as
mm-hmm.
we go into the last one, which is the epitome of friends. Epitome of friends. And
Mm-hmm,
I say that's your ride
mm-hmm.
or die.
That's a ride or die. That's what I said too.
Hey, that's your ride or die right there. You can be ugly with them. They can see you without your makeup.
It's all the authentic friendship.
Okay,
Huh?
you just let it all hang out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Why? Because
Yes.
there's no judgment. They take you for who
None.
you are, you know. And that's what really the
Yep.
Bible says we should do with everybody. Take people where they are, because nobody is the
Exactly.
same, and you can't control anybody but yourself. But when you are friends with somebody, really, really friends, you take all that into consideration.
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
mean, I don't care what they say or do, because sometimes, like, if someone says something to you and they hurt your feelings, that if that was just an acquaintance or something, you would never have anything else to do with them. But if it's your friend, you're like, oh, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? They just having a bad day. I'm gonna let them have the rest of their day, and I'll check with them tomorrow. It's all good.
Right. I'm gonna let them make it today, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. And I have a friend like that. Our children are 53, and we've been friends since they were in the 4th grade. And and she is the epitome of a friend, because she can take me, leave me, talk to me. We both can share. It, like you say, ain't no judgment. But trusting and trustworthy, a bond, love and loyalty. But we'll tell you the truth. And when she's kind of she I call her little shorty, little chocolate is what I call her. But anyway, when she get frustrated, she'll snap up, and I probably gotten frustrated, and we snap up. But like you say, no judgment. You just having a bad day, and so I holler at women, I'll holler at you later. But just a friend of our family, she and her son both, and like you say, that ride or die. So it's kind of like when I was single, if I was like needing to go down to see my son or go travel somewhere, I'd say, "Little Shirley, I need to go." Her answer is, "What time are we leaving?" So you could always, I could always depend on her for that. And so, and like you said, now our kids are 53. We met when they were in the 4th grade, and we've just been friends. And like you say, those kind of people, some of the darkest things that they go through, difficult times, but it's always been that we just kept that bond together. And now we got grandkids, and we laugh about them and share about them and fuss sometimes about them. But those are the kind of friends, like you say, that you look at and you can just be who you are. No facade, just come on with it, and just know that all of us are human. We can have them bad days, but hey, you pick up that phone the next minute and it's like, okay, nothing
Yep.
said or done. So that's the epitome of a friend to me as well. So yeah, freedom to be you. I love that. She said,
Yep.
you just have the freedom to be you. And like you said, Deborah, the Bible said we should have, be kind of that way and don't judge people, but that's difficult for us human people. But in the end, we appreciate the ones that don't judge us.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but as you're going along your way and you meet new people, you go to new schools or whatever, always think about
Mhm.
those people. They may not look like you or act like you, but
Right.
that doesn't matter. Give everybody that opportunity. But when you see that there's someone that's going to be negative for you or toxic for you, then you know to walk away. But at least give everybody a chance.
Yes, that's right. Hey, those are the people you get a deuces to, right?
That's right.
Deuce them. Give them the
Yep.
deuce. Billy. Our good friend Billy Johnson on our morning with effective living. She put this out there, and I think we've all just coined it. And she says, "Life is better with friends," and that is so
Yes.
true. Life is so much better when you don't have to walk, when you don't have to be alone, because God didn't intend for us to be alone. He intended for us to have relationships and friendships and those kind of things. So, and like you said, even friendships, this is what I've learned too. And over as go through life and you experience life, sometimes when life change, sometimes friends can change too.
That's right.
But like you just said, be open to that, because you might have some friends. I got a friend that we've been friends since high school, but we don't talk to each other all the time, but we're friends. But her life expanded, mine expanded, and we added more people to that. But you still know that that's that level of friendship that is still there. When we need one another, we just come through for one another. So you got to be open. I think that's one of the things she talked about, widening that circle. Don't make it so limited, because you don't ever know what that person have that can be what you actually need.
Need, right. Yep. And they will be there for you. You would be surprised. Uh, you sometimes you may think I'm by myself or nobody will help me
Mhm,
do this or
mhm.
do that. And you just be surprised. You're just sitting around talking, just like, I'm always busy. And like for Christmas, of course I spoil my 7 heartbeats.
Of course, that's what you should do.
Yeah, so I have all these gifts. And this one day I was talking about rapping, and I have 2 friends, and I think this is the 3rd year they've done it. They come and rap all my gifts for me because they love to
Wow.
rap. I mean,
Uh-huh.
how awesome is that? you know?
Hmm.
So, and then, they're rapping, and either we'll send out and get dinner. This year, my husband did seafood for us. And so, they rap, and then we took a break and ate and talked and had
Wow.
so much fun.
Hmm.
So it just works out for everybody.
Hmm. That's called investing in your friends, right?
Right.
They're
Yeah.
investing in you, and you're investing that good food in them. So yes, absolutely. Yeah. But Deborah, you in her article, she said something about, you know, how important it is for us to be able to discern or make a decision about, you know, young people. Is this person good for me? Is this a friend? You know, because sometimes friends come wrapped up in some other stuff. And I think that's, she made that about some characteristics or some characters that, you know, that you need to look for when you're thinking about, you know, new friends or friends. You know, sometimes you got to reflect on the friends you got and see where they are. So she has some interesting things that, and I think you talk about them too, about those things that add some value to our lives, because like your friends coming over wrapping those gifts, that's adding value to you, and
Yes.
for you not to have to do it. So friends should be able to add some value to you, you know, not just because they come and wrap, but because their heart is there and they want to do
They
that for
want to
you.
do
And so it just goes in so many different ways. But she had some things on there that, you know, that that people should look for as far as a character check. And I love this one when she said, friends ought to listen to you, you know.
right.
I mean, and that's what we can say about those ride or die. They hear that, they hear us talk, and they let us, you know, they listen with an ear and a heart, that they
Right.
want to hear what you have to say. May not have the answers, but you can, you know, just be intentional about hearing what that person is going through and being able to empathize or sympathize with them. And sometimes friends can offer you good, if they're good friends and got good, they can offer you some wise counseling or lead you in a place that you can get some wise counsel, because you don't want a friend that don't care enough about you that they will give you wise advice. They want to see you make it.
Yes. Yeah. And it's, you know, it's just amazing. Hi, Sister Flowers. Thank you for tuning in. You know, just having people, you know, you go into the same place and they like, oh, you shoot, you know what? This person I know, they don't like to drive at night. I'm gonna call them and see if they want to ride with me. You know, some people would say not think, you know, think anything of that, but someone like me that don't like drive at night, I mean, that's just a blessing, you know.
Sure.
And it's just, you know, friends just do just amazing things. You know,
They
you may
do.
think they're small, but they
Mm-hmm.
are big to that friend. And it's just amazing, you know. And I just feel sorry for people that, you know, maybe because they've been hurt before,
Right.
they're, you know, they don't want to let people in. But you have to give people a chance, because that one person,
You
because
do.
I've been hurt by a couple friends, but those
Mm-hmm.
people, they lost out because I think
Yeah.
I'm a good person, you know. So you have to
Right.
give other people an opportunity, because if not, you're
Mm-hmm.
missing out on somebody to help you, because you never know when your family is
Mm-hmm.
not going to be there for you, and you can pick up the phone and
That's
call a
right.
friend and say, hey, I'm not feeling well. If you're not doing anything, can you take me to the acute care center? You can take me to the ER,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sick in here. I can't get out. Can you bring me, go by the store and bring me something? You
Mm-hmm.
never know when you're going to need someone.
Just do. Mm-mm. You never know when you're going to need someone. And so it's like a building block. You need to be, you know, you build those friendships, you know, from acquaintances down to, you know, epitome of friends. But it's a building block, and it's levels of it. And it's things that you do, you know, like you were talking about driving. Now, Jocelyn and I, we've been at church and done some things together, you know, at a distance. But when Coach Ricardo started doing those things in Arlington, I was like, girl, I don't know if I want to get on the freeway like that. I'm an old woman. And she volunteered to come by and pick me up. And we just started having, you know, more intimate conversations and that kind of thing. And of course, remember when you all were here, she was our driver. So
Yes.
I don't know about you, but old people appreciate that. Jocelyn,
Hello.
Miss Carol appreciates you so much. But anyway, but yes, we just don't ever know when we're going to need somebody. And one thing I do know, you know, I'm always about these words, and even friends, and as well as us, we appreciate compliments, encouragement, you know, I'm talking about words of encouragement and compliments, because a friend can compliment you and not have to necessarily be in competition with you. And you all, are able to be okay with where each one of us are. So everybody love a compliment. Everybody like to hear that, oh girl, that's a pretty dress you got on. I always tell Josh, girl, you wearing that one today, and those kind of things. And so we can love on one another and encourage one another, and not always have to be the main character in the picture, so you can, that's to me part of being a friend, that you can, you can let that friend shine, and you can be okay and compliment that person. Girl, gone, yes, that is so good. And you're not standing back being judgmental, critical, jealous, envious, all of those things that we have to learn how to be not be in competition, but be. And I think Coach says it well. Don't be in competition. Let's complete. Let's have completion with one another. Because if you winning, I'm winning. Because we're connected like that. So yeah, so many things as far as friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, George Jocelyn says you are very welcome.
Oh, thank you, Jocelyn. You just don't know, the old girl was so appreciative that morning. You picked her up, because I was like, oh, Jesus, I've never driven over here in this other place before. But yeah, and I appreciate that so much from her. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and we just always have to remember that when we do encourage others or give to others or whatever we do for others, that's not taking anything from you. That's all extra, So, let the compliments flow. Don't stand back and say, that sure is a pretty dress, but you won't say anything. Ooh, her hair look good today. Wow, but you won't say anything. You just look at them. Because I even seen strangers, and then I'll be looking at them like, oh, that is so pretty, or whatever. And I know you wonder why I'm staring at you, but that is so pretty. And it's, oh, thank you.
Right.
So.
And you'd be surprised that just one kind word can change a person's entire day or that hour. I would say, even when people are rude, sometimes you don't really know what they're going through. And so if you just spend one kind word, it might change them. And if it doesn't, so what? It haven't hurt you. You just, you able to put that out there. So you can be okay just doing that, just complimenting, or even Deborah, just to say good morning.
Okay. That's so funny. I was talking about that last night. There's so many people that won't even speak. I went to the periodontist yesterday, and I walk in, and when I walk in, I'm looking dead in this lady's face, and she's looking dead in my face. And I said, "Good morning," with a smile on my face. Did you say something? Because you wasn't in the periodontist. So she wouldn't even, say good morning or nothing. She just turned her head. I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, I said, all right. But why you can't speak? What is wrong? Right. What is something so bad going on with you? You can't say good morning. If you don't want to say good morning, you can say hello. But it just amazes me.
It is. It's so amazing. Yeah. But I think we have to trust ourselves to be intentional about being the first one to speak, because sometimes we just get busy in our day and we don't really think about it. But as I get slower in life, I'm learning to walk slower and say hello, or everybody in the line trying to check out, and I'm like, girl, go on. I don't really have that much to do, And people will turn around and say, thank you. Because today I was in the mall in I think one of the stores, and this girl, you could tell she was just rushing through. She had three rolls of wrapping paper. She was just rushing through. And I was like, and the line was getting long, and I was like, oh, honey, go ahead of me. And then she came back. She said, thank you so much. I said, girl, you're welcome. I really don't. I'm like you, Deborah. I like to leave early because I don't like to be rushed. So I had plenty of time to just wait. I done stop and look for me some shoes and everything else. I ain't bought a thing, but but anyway, but it is. And I think we have to be intentional and look for those opportunities. But I think we have to be intentional about presenting what the Bob say. We present ourselves. We have to be friendly. I can't quote it right now. But anyway, but you have to let people know we're friendly, because like you were saying in your periodontist, if you walk in and you got this prune face, who really want to talk to you? You just happen to be a friendly person and spoke to them. But can you imagine what you're projecting to other people with that look? I mean, all of us have bad days, worst day in the world. But sometimes when I just say, "Hey, how you doing?" My day kind of changed. It changes me. I don't have to be just thinking about me all the time. So yeah, it's good.
Yep. So, yeah, we thought that this would be a good topic to end out the year with, value added. And just remember that people can add value to your life, and you add value to other people's lives. So, just be you. Always be you. Don't let anybody make you feel less than or dummy yourself down. Be who God made you to be.
Exactly. Be who God made you to be. Because he didn't make no mistake, right?
He did not.
He did not. And then he gave us all these unique personalities. Some of us are more bubbly than others, and some of us are more talkative than others. But he made us so uniquely, and we just in the beginning, that's what you say. We just have to be ourselves. Friends let you be who you are. You don't have to put on no big deal. Now, some days we do have to clean up our act, depending on where we are. But in essence, we just can be ourselves, and no judgment, and no trying to live up to some person or some other person's expectation that really is prevents you from being who you are. So you do want to be authentic, but you also want to make sure that as these levels of friendship we talked about, you want to make sure that you're allowing those friendships to develop and grow to that next level, because it, like you say, everything probably start out at that first level of acquaintances, but look how far they can grow as we looked at each one of these. And I'm like you, I never thought about the progression of them, but you got to be open, you got to be willing, you got to be in a healthy place to be able to allow those things to develop to that epitome of friends, because that's that highest level. And like you say, Deborah, that's the ride or die right there. You just
most definitely. Yep.
Yeah, and we need all of them. I believe we need all of the different ones that you talked about are so important. Yeah.
Yep. So great talk, and we love being here with our coffee chat each month. And so we're looking forward to 2024, and I hope you'll be right here with us. So, sis, tell them where they can find you.
Well, sis, they can find me on Watch Your Words on Facebook, but also my book. Where's my book? My book. I had to get my book out. Wait a minute, here it is. I got Deborah's book out today. But anyway, the Lord allowed me to put in print and write on a blank canvas, Watch Your Words, and I'm grateful for that. And you can purchase this book at get your copy, and I have Cash App, $Carol, and then lowercase CROC, or you can Zelle me, or you can at 469-682-4857, and PayPal is the same one. So for $22.95, you can get a signed copy, autographed copy of Watch Your Words. And I really think that is one of the key things that God has taught me through this year, as well as how we have to value our words. And my go-to statement is, what you articulate, you activate. So what you put out there with your words, you are activating in your life. So thank you, Miss Deborah, for allowing me to share.
You're welcome. And everybody, please make sure that you tune in on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The topic for Saturday morning is going to be M-O-R-E, more. More.
More.
You got to check it
Sounds
out.
good.
Check it out.
Yes, we all want a little more, don't we?
Yep, check it out. And please visit my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org, where you can read the blog that comes out each Monday morning. You can look at the calendar of events. You can see the services that I offer, which is coaching, consultation, speaking, webinar speaking, and you can get a copy of my book, Build Your Best Life. It's about your life, your actions, and your credibility, overcoming obstacles to build your best life. This book, Power of Words, hey, they make great gifts, Christmas gifts. You still got time to get them in time for Christmas. That's a gift that will keep on giving. Put that book up, Carol.
I don't put it back up on the bookshelf. Here's the book. And
yes.
They are available for both of them.
Right, because when you give someone a book, that's something that they will have. It's tangible. They can refer to it, and it's great information in both of them. And I know it because I've read both of them multiple times. So, hey, I wouldn't tell you to buy anything that I wouldn't buy. Absolutely. But they are great books, and like I said, you can get them for Christmas. You don't have to worry about it.
Got your gift already.
Yes, we thank you so very much for tuning in. We thank you for being with us for 2023 and our coffee chats. Two sisters just having their coffee and chatting and hoping that we can bring something to you that will help you or someone in your lives to build your best lives. Yes.
Just sister friends, right?
That's right.
Sister friends.
The epitome of friends.
Epitome friends. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So again, thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. If I don't see you anymore, have a wonderful and blessed Christmas. Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. And
that's a word.
Yes. So you enjoy. Love you. Be blessed.
Yes. Merry Christmas.